Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to make this review before I shipped out this piece to its new home. This is the T. Ocellus from Alien Earth that I made about a month ago. The eye was made by Fourth Seal Studios, and the body and paint and everything was made by me. I used super sculpey clay and acrylic paint for the color and everything. This is based on the actual prop that was made by Second Skin Studios before being CGI'd into the show. And for the base, it's just a simple 3D printed base. The time it took to build this was about 6 hours. However, I made like 4 practice models until I got the sculpt right for the final design. I used wires in the tentacles for support and reinforcement. I also drew this artwork as an exclusive add-on for the statue. I titled it Feline versus T. Ocellus and printed about 10 copies of it. Basically, my initial plan was to produce a limited run of 10 statues and have these prints as part of the whole package deal. Unfortunately, there wasn't anyone interested, so I just gave up on it and decided to sell this prototype here. So anyway, what is the T. Ocellus? The T. Ocellus is a small creature that is essentially an eyeball with tentacles protruding from underneath it. The eye was able to alter itself to change the number of pupils it possessed. It is able to control living and dead hosts. Its description on various screens from the laboratory of the USCSS Maginot states the following. A smooth scolium features several ocular irises and a tentacle system that can grow and retract at will. The tentacles carry extraordinary strength and are built to climb into dislodge the eyes of the other living organisms. Once replaced in the eye socket, T. Ocellus takes over the ocular pathways to the brain, overriding the neurotransmissions throughout the body. More study is needed to gauge eminent intelligence, though T. Ocellus has shown remarkable problem-solving skills at near-human measure. During the study within the Neverland facility, it was revealed that control of an organic being is near instantaneous once implanted. In comparison to the sheep they tested it on, it possessed high gamma waves, indicating it was highly intelligent. It distracted Chibuzo by tapping on its glass container when the tick escaped in one of the episodes. The parasite is portrayed as outright malicious towards both organic and synthetic life, further evidenced by its head-butting its cage, which consequently led to Toodles getting locked inside and killed. That was when he was bringing food for the flies in one of the episodes. Anyway, Ocellus possessed a sense of awareness of danger, perceiving Marrow as a threat when the man trained a gun on it when it was in control of Shmuel. Ocellus was aware of mathematics and had a capability to communicate through bleeding and hoof taps, shown by its response to Boy Cavalier's questions that concerned the PI sequence. When in control of a host, it could force the body to act in ways it normally could not. Example, when the sheep standing upright for a notable period of time, as well as expressing inhuman chirps when possessing Shmuel. In addition, the host possessed increased mobility, such as pouncing atop and couch despite inhabiting an older man. All right, so let's take a closer look here. Starting from the eye. The eye was well done by Fourth Seal Studios. As you can see, has 7 irises. I sent them photos, reference photos and everything. They got it perfect. Yeah. I love the vein work. Although I do wish I had more vein work. Makes it look more vicious. The eye comes off. I didn't, attach it permanently. That way, you can position the eye any way you like. So now the body and the tentacles, as I did it with Super Sculpey. It's a pretty fun project. Like, I enjoyed it. Yeah, I did do a lot of practice models, just trying to get the lines and the creases all correct. This part, it was easy. The tentacles was the hardest part, because you have to get the size right. You don't want it I didn't want it to be too long or too small. So I practiced a lot for the tentacles. And then I had the wires. So I put the clay around the wires and give it the shape of how it's standing. And then I baked it, and then at the end I smoothed it out, especially the tips. I want it to be very accurate to the prop. Yeah, the prop that they made is like with rubber, and then the eye is like just a detailed eye on top. Yeah, it's like a prop replica, The paint is, I used red, white, black, and a little bit of brown, like light brown, tan. And the end, I sprayed it with gloss. So yeah, you can see the shine that it has. There's like a cross tentacle here front. Again, exactly like the prop replica. I had a lot of photos of the prop replica that the studio posted on their Facebook group, so I used a lot of those as reference photos to paint it and get the pose correct. Even the size of the tentacles as well, I measured it. So this is basically full-size scale, or 1:1 scale. Let me take this off so you guys can see the top here. Okay. And that's under it. And that's the base, just a simple 3D printed base. Yeah. It's so unfortunate, not a lot of people showed interest. It would have been a fun project to, make 10 of these and sell them. But, oh well. Prime One will definitely come up with a better one. Screen accurate, not prop accurate. Yeah, I'm sure they're working on it. Yeah. And some of the scenes, the eyes turn different colors. They gather up in like the front, like 3 up down here. It's pretty cool. I really like the creature in the show. And then here's the artwork. Yeah, I wanted to make something cool. I mean, I love cats. I'm a huge cat fan. And I was like, even though in the show it shows that the Ocellus has control of the body of the cat, it never shows how it got there. Either it killed the cat or the cat died, and then the Ocellus took control of the body. But I would like to think that the cat put up this fight, fighting the creature. Cats are they're impressive animals. I have pet cats. I've had cats all my life, so, you know, they're very strong, very agile. I have a lot of respect for the feline creatures. And I also drew the Earth here, like, you know, alien Earth. And then the cat is fighting the Ocellus. Used a bit bluish and a little bit of gold, and drew a lot of veins. You know, the vein work. That's it has to have that vein work. And then the cat as well, hissing and attacking with his claws. So, and that's my signature. Yeah, this was gonna be part of the. I was gonna number them too, but you know, that was a abandoned project now. Anyway, yeah. So this whole package right here, it's going to its new owner. Yeah, hope he enjoys it. Here's the top of the eye. Yeah, getting the proportions right, that was the most challenging part. But, and then of course the tentacles. Well, it has 7 tentacles and 7 irises. Yeah. Anyway, so there's my little project I made for Alien Earth. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Thank you for your support and take care.